These are all the parts that I'm using for my bird photography from inside the house. Obviously you don't need to have all of those. The parts that are essential are the camera, obviously, the Metabone smart adapter, which is this adapter here, and the lens. You can see that the lens is quite large, so it is possible obviously to use the lens directly connected to the camera if you wanted. So you can, if you wish to do that, just apply the Metabone adapter and then put the lens on the camera. What you want to do. The camera and lens combination is quite big, so this is not an easy lens to hold, but it is entirely possible to do your shooting, like if it was an SLR, and this is going to be your 300 to 1200 millimeter lens. But this is not actually the way I use my setup. So what I do is to use a tripod with a couple of other bits and pieces that I'm going to show to you now. So obviously you need the Metabone smart adapter because otherwise you cannot use the lens. And here I have a GorillaPod 5 kilograms, which is going to be able to hold the weight of all of this. I'm on throttling, this is called B3 video tripod head. I have a newer leveler with 3 wheels, which is going to enable me to put it flat, and then I also have a remote shutter. So the way I do it is fundamentally to attach first of all the lens to the tripod. So the lens is really quite sizable, and it's got a lovely tripod mount here. So I secure the Manfrotto base plate here on the lens, and then the next step that I do is to take my GorillaPod 5 kilograms here, start attaching the 3 wheel lever. It's got a lot of bubbles and it will make me see if I am holding it flat. And then the last part is to obviously attach the Manfrotto tripod head. All the links to the parts are in the description of the video in case you wanted to get exactly the same setup, but you don't need to get the same setup. So, and then, so I said, I put the lens on. And the lens is the heaviest part of this rig, and show in a minute what is the benefit of having this setup like this. So usually you put the lens on the camera, but in this case we're putting the camera on the lens because it's so big. So this is the whole setup, and then the final bit that I use is a remote trigger. This remote trigger makes sure that I'm not vibrating when I'm taking shots with the camera. So what's the benefit of all of this is that now if I want to reposition my camera and I'm looking where I'm shooting, I have complete freedom and I can pan it and tilt it in all the directions that I need. And this is much better than holding the camera in your hand in case you are shooting from a height. The remote trigger allows me to use for this camera the pre-shoot mode, which means I can actually look with my eyes when the bird or the wildlife is in the right position and then shoot instead of trusting the viewfinder or the LCD screen. I prefer that because I know that there is always a little bit of lag with mirrorless camera between what you see on the LCD and what you see in real life. So that's the setup, and I'm going to show you how do I use it in the hide inside the house. So that's the window where I position the camera typically, and on the right hand side here we can see the little feeder. Well, it's not that little actually, it's got 4 feeders and a bowl of water, and I can also take a plate. The feeder is essential to get good shots, and you can see here it's a combination of suet balls, berry suet, peanuts, and the other one I think there were berry suet in pallets, which have been absolutely raided by some starlings. Just to give you an idea, that's the feeder is quite far, it's around 12.5 meters.